Hey, what's happening, everyone? Jay here from smarthelping.com. I'm going to show you how to calculate customer acquisition cost for SaaS companies. First, check out smarthelping.com for more templates. Let's go to the SaaS tab at the top. I've calculated customer acquisition cost in all of these models. I've even got this pricing simulator has pretty in-depth calculations in it. Very good to use. But all these models have a customer acquisition cost for recurring customers, and you should check them out. Note, purchase of any bundle template on smarthelping.com comes lifetime access to the bundle, and any templates that are added to it you are granted access for or to. Now, getting into the calculation. What is it? Well, it's the cost you are trying to assert that's directly related to all the customers that were added. So what does that mean? Well, let's say you have period one, and I have what are my sales and marketing costs? Well, let's say they would be advertising, marketing. They could be different. Uh, Sales team, all salaries, payroll, taxes, benefits for salespeople, ads. Well, that's advertising. Um, and it's kind of difficult because you probably, if you're doing it for the first time, you probably want a bigger uh, data set, but you could do it by month, you could do it by quarter, you could do it by year. Whatever the case is, you got a period here, you've got some costs, and you've got a certain amount of customers that were added in that period. So let's say I spend $5,000 on advertising for this in this period. I spend $10,000 on different marketing things. So let's see, the sales team for that month cost, $18,000. Okay, so I've got all these different costs that are directly related to acquiring new customers. Anything else here? Advertising, marketing, sales team. That's pretty much it. That's directly related. And then you have customers added during period. So real simple calculation here. Um, oh, geez, I hit the scroll lock. There we go. Okay, I couldn't move over. So customers added. Say you added 500 customers in the period. So you spent this much on trying to find new customers. So total sales and marketing costs. And you acquired this many customers. Your CAC, or customer acquisition cost, is now the total cost divided by the customers added. $66 on average to acquire one customer. Now, why is this metric important? Well, there's a whole bunch of reasons. I'll talk to you about it. So, number one, you want to know how much you're acquiring a customer for because you want to compare that number to the total value you're extracting from that customer over time. Now, I've done some other advanced models with SaaS pricing to figure out present values of customers and different things like that, actually creating an IRR for a customer itself. But I mean, basically, what we're trying to say here is you want to have some insight into what you're spending to add a new customer, and then you want to figure out what that customer is worth to you over time. And if you can do that, you know, you're going to be well prepared for things and well managed. So that's pretty much it. Total costs divided by customers added in the period. There's your customer acquisition cost. You're going to want to figure out on average, so if it costs that much to add 500 customers, what was the value of these customers over time? What was the present value of that? And what was that present value compared to this cost? Let's say you only added 5 customers. Now your cost is 6,600. So the question becomes, at what point does it not make sense to keep advertising, or where's the end there? These could be a lot bigger numbers. These could be millions and billions of dollars. This could be hundreds of millions of people or millions or thousands of customers. But you're generally going to want to know this number and compare it to some other metrics about customer value and how much you're getting out of a customer for the life of that customer. Now, usually we're not going to get into lifetime value here. That's a whole different calculation. But usually you'll do a lifetime value of a customer relative to their cost, or LTV to CAC ratio. And public companies try to get around 6 there, which means the lifetime value is 6 times the value of the customer acquisition cost. So that's probably a good number to start with, or target. And you probably should be tracking this number over time. So like, how much am I spending on all these different cost categories for sales and marketing over time? On average, how many customers am I adding over time? And you'll see some kind of a trend appear. And your goal is to manage that properly. And if you start ramping up these and your customer acquisition is not ramping up, and then this starts to go really high, something's the matter. That's about all I could talk about customer acquisition. Another metric tied to it would be the months it takes to repay the customer acquisition cost. So let's say it takes you 6,600 here. What if your customer only stays in your SaaS organization or business for 6 months? Well, you better be getting over $6,600 back in those 6 months. Otherwise, you're going to just be churning money. Now, if the customer, let's say we added, in this case, 120 customers. Well, $275 is my average cost. I should hope that each customer is going to be, I'm going to be able to repay this amount based on the gross profit generated per customer, which is another different calculation. You want that gross profit to be greater than this. Otherwise, again, you're going to be just spending more money than you're making on your customers. Alrighty, that's all I got. Remember, check out www.smarthelping.com for more. I do customization work. I do consulting work. I'll build models, customize models. But check out smarthelping.com for more. You can get some starter templates there for SaaS. I've done a ton of SaaS work, so hop on. I'll see you guys later.